The African Union has expressed outrage and demanded an apology from Donald Trump after he allegedly made derogatory and vulgar references to African countries at a meeting in the Oval Office. President Trump has denied making the remarks, including the use of an expletive. A Democratic senator who sat next to Mr. Trump insists that the president did use the phrase repeatedly. From Washington, Nick Bryant reports.
This is a great, it's an important day. Martin Luther King Jr.
The forces of American history seem to collide at the White House today. Donald Trump signing a proclamation in honor of the civil rights leader Martin Luther King. At the very moment he stands accused of using a slur directed at African nations. Here, though, he's stuck to his script.
Today we celebrate Dr. King for standing up for the self-evident truth Americans hold so dear, that no matter what the color of our skin or the place of our birth, we are all created equal by God.
Mr. President, will you give an apology for the statement yesterday?
After the ceremony came a very unceremonious commotion.
Mr. President, are you a racist?
A sitting president being asked by a reporter if he's racist.
Answer these serious questions about your statement, sir. No, Mr. President, I'm talking to the president, not you, sir. Mr. President, are you a racist?
It was behind closed doors in the Oval Office that Donald Trump allegedly claimed that immigrants from Haiti, El Salvador and African nations came from shithole countries. Donald Trump said he used strong language during the meeting on immigration reform with senators, though not that word. But he's been fiercely contradicted by a senior Democrat who was present.
But I cannot believe that in the history of the White House, in that Oval Office, any president has ever spoken the words that I personally heard our president speak yesterday. To no surprise, the president started tweeting this morning denying that he used those words. It is not true. He said these hate-filled things, and he said them repeatedly.
From the United Nations in Geneva came the stiffest of rebukes.
These are shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States. I'm sorry, but there's no other word one can use but racist. You cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as shitholes.
And across Africa, there's been a furious response. The Botswana government called Donald Trump's comments reprehensible and racist.
It may be just words, maybe in another part of the world. But on this continent, that word is an insult.
Build the wall was the cry of voters who loved Donald Trump's hardline stance on immigration during the election.
We're gonna build the wall, folks. Don't worry about it.
And he was said to be doing a victory lap at the White House last night, believing this row will rev up his base. Donald Trump launched his campaign for the White House with an attack on Mexican immigrants and rose to political prominence by claiming falsely that Barack Obama wasn't an American. This latest racial controversy will doubtless please at least some of his supporters at home. But it undercuts US leadership abroad and shows again how America first can mean America alone. Nick Bryant, BBC News, Washington.